Chiefs Kingdom, can you feel that rumble beneath the concrete? That isn't just the earth shaking, that is the unstoppable force of a dynasty that refuses to kneel. From the moment Lamar Hunt etched the vision of the AFL into reality, this franchise has stood for more than just wins. It has stood for the gold standard of professional football. We don't look back at the 60s with longing because we are busy rewriting the record books in real time. While other franchises crumble under the weight of their own ego, we march forward with the precision of a tomahawk missile. But tonight, the air in Arrowhead is heavy. There's a chill that has nothing to do with the Missouri winter. We are facing the fragility of greatness, the somber realization that even gods can bleed. Our leader, the heartbeat of the Red Sea, Patrick Mahomes, is beginning the long, grueling climb back from a torn ACL and LCL. It is a weight that settles deep in the soul of every fan who has ever donned the red and gold. But before we go into the lab and break down the tape, you need to join the Kingdom ranks. Subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and let your voice be heard in the comments. Is the Kingdom still the gold standard, or is the throne sliding? I'm reading every single one of your takes. Listen to the gravity of this moment. We are at a crossroads that would break a lesser city. After a 6-11 season that saw us miss the postseason for the first time in a decade, the vultures are circling. And while we mourn the silence of our own playoff run, the rest of the league is getting vicious. Steve Bisciotti, the owner of the Baltimore Ravens, just took a massive swing at the throne of Jerry Jones in the Dallas Cowboys, and in doing so, he reminded the world why the Hunt family legacy is different. While the Ravens are navigating their first coaching search in nearly 20 years after parting ways with John Harbaugh, Bisciotti made it crystal clear. He would rather walk away than become the desperate, ring-hungry shadow that Jerry Jones has become at 83 years old. The words were cold. They were clinical. They were a visceral reminder of the burden of the star. Bisciotti looked at the cameras on Tuesday and said he doesn't want to be Jerry in 10 years, desperately talking about what part of his anatomy he would sacrifice for one more Super Bowl. Jerry was a decade younger than Bisciotti is now, the last time Dallas hoisted the Lombardi in '95. Since then, Bisciotti has watched his Ravens hoist two, while Dallas hasn't even touched an NFC championship game. And after a 7-9-1 disaster in Dallas that saw Matt Eberflus hired after one record-breakingly bad defensive year, the rhetoric is getting ugly. But here at One Arrowhead Drive, we don't operate on desperation, we operate on dominance. Let's get to the chalkboard. The tactical reality is this: even without number 15 on the field right now, the blueprint is evolving. We are perfecting the simulated pressure looks in Steve Spagnuolo's laboratory. We are looking at a 2026 defensive shell that utilizes 12 personnel mismatch strategies to force opposing coordinators into early down mistakes. We are watching Travis Kelce find the option route nuance that manipulates the middle of the field, creating windows for Gardner Minshew while Mahomes rehabs. It's rapid fire, it's surgical, and it is the only way we sustain this reign. We're looking at a shift to more heavy personnel looks to protect the pocket, using the interior devastation of Chris Jones to dictate the tempo of the game. The mood inside the facility right now is surgical. One insider at One Arrowhead Drive told me this morning. They aren't looking at the 6-11 record as a failure. They're looking at it as a reset. Patrick is in at 6 a.m. every day. He's attacking that knee like it's a fourth-quarter comeback in the Super Bowl. An unnamed AFC West executive was even more blunt. Everyone thinks the Chiefs are vulnerable because of the injury. They're wrong. They're just getting angry. And an angry Andy Reid is a dangerous man. Another source whispered, Bisciotti's comments about Jerry, that's the league acknowledging that the star has lost its shine. But here, the Arrowhead mystique is being forged in the fire of this rehab.
Look at the cornerstones of this kingdom. Patrick Mahomes, a man whose transcendent vision echoes the DNA of Len Dawson, but carries the explosive velocity of a new era. Even with a surgically repaired knee, his mind is 3 steps ahead of every defensive coordinator in the league. Then there's Chris Jones, the modern-day Derek Thomas. He doesn't just rush the passer, he deconstructs the offensive line's will to live. And let's not forget Xavier Worthy, speed that makes the track stars of the 60s look like they were running in sand. He is the evolution of Priest Holmes' versatility, mixed with game-breaking verticality. He ensures the Red Sea always has a reason to roar. But we cannot ignore the somber truth. The Cowboys are a cautionary tale. They are facing a roster exodus with 22 pending free agents, names like George Pickens and Javonte Williams hanging in the balance of a budget that Jerry Jones is frantically busting to save his own legacy. They are the wasted season that Gilberto Manzano graded a D. They are the team that traded away Micah Parsons and watched their defense surrender 30 points per game. That is what happens when ego outpaces execution. That is what happens when you prioritize the spectacle over the grit. Here in the kingdom, we don't settle, we don't beg, we conquer. While Jerry Jones is 83 and desperate, sacrificing anatomy for a ghost of the 90s, we are young, hungry, and light years ahead. The Arrowhead Pride is not just a slogan. It is the armor we wear as we march toward 2026. We are rebuilding around the face of the franchise. We are regrouping in a way that will make the rest of the league regret they didn't finish us off when they had the chance. The Arrowhead mystique is alive. The Hunt family standard is unwavering. And while the Baltimore Ravens look for a new general to lead their charge, and the Dallas Cowboys fish for a defense in the wreckage of a 7-9-1 campaign, we are standing tall. We are the Kansas City Chiefs. We are a dynasty. And 2026 isn't just a season, it's a reclamation. How about those Chiefs? The world can talk about their droughts and their anatomies. We'll just keep collecting the rings and building the future. The Red Sea is rising, and God help anyone standing in the way of number 15's return. Stand up, kingdom. The throne is still ours.